Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is MrBigmick, and welcome to another video. Apologies for not releasing them on schedule. I've been doing live streams, and it's, like I said, I'm still getting used to things. As you notice, I shaved my beard, because why not? Anywho, I'm going to talk about one of the things that was brought up during the live stream, and that is custom-made player patterns. Now, while it would need to be heavily regulated by Blizzard in order to prevent someone from making a giant dildo hammer, and I know people would, or make a hammer called the dildo hammer, it makes you think that, you know, there's a lot of potential there, and there's a lot of reasons that people would get very excited over this. Say there isn't a weapon that fills a certain niche, so a blacksmith makes a pattern and a lot of people go crazy and buy it. Or say there's a certain potion that an alchemist makes and everybody's like, oh, that's really cool. It doesn't really serve any practical purpose, but that's really cool. I want that. And it makes sense that if you were an illustrious grandmaster inscriptionist that you would make your own stuff, or you were a grandmaster jewel crafter that you could design your own cuts, or you were an illustrious grandmaster blacksmith. I've been blacksmithing all of my time, and I am one of the greatest blacksmithers in the realm. Blacksmiths. There is no possible way I could design my own hammer, because for some reason I don't have the necessary ability to write down on a piece of paper how to do so. It would make sense that somebody who is a grandmaster blacksmith or an illustrious grandmaster blacksmith could do so. Now, obviously, in order to make your own patterns, there are several rules that need to be applied. First of all, it wouldn't be able to be higher than the current tier, meaning we are currently at tier 12. It wouldn't be able to be tier 13. You wouldn't be able to make something better than normal Firelands, basically. The heroic stuff, you know, I think it's 391. I'm not sure. You wouldn't be able to do it like heroic Firelands stuff, or definitely wouldn't be able to do it at Dragon Wraith level. Terragos's Rest. God, that is a cool stuff. But I feel that if you do make, let's say, a 378, I believe it is, you have to use the adequate resources, meaning you can't have it be 20 copper bars to get a 378 hammer. That's just bullcrap. So you need to use adequate resources. You can't make it overly powerful, but you can make the stats within a certain range whatever you want. Therefore, if you want a healer staff that has absurd amounts of haste to it, but that's really just what it's got, you know, you don't overstep the boundaries for what healers need, then you can make a healer staff with absurd amounts of haste on it. I'm pretty sure that would be okay. Or let's say you make a true two-hand tanking weapon. You know, a tanking weapon with, instead of crit, you put just only parry on it. That would be cool. I would love to have that weapon. I really would. Being a DK tank, that would be absolutely amazing for me. And, you know, you couldn't make it so, okay, we're gonna make this a 378 staff, but we're also gonna put 14 red gem sockets on it. No. You know, just have it within the bounds of normalcy. This would also go for every profession, you know. It would make sense that inscriptionists can make relics or minor glyphs. You know, you couldn't do anything game-changing or balance-breaking, obviously. The same goes for alchemists and jewel crafters. But you can make your own specific things. It's really something that I see that would be very beneficial for engineers, for blacksmiths, for jewel crafters, for alchemists. You know, things with specific stats, but the stats aren't absurdly high. You know, it can't be balance breaking, but it can be a niche thing. You know, you can have little niche gems and such. Now, as to the requirements for what it would take, I would think making your own pattern would have to have a cooldown. It would have to be a pretty big cooldown, like a week, maybe 2 weeks. That way, you know, just every day, I think I'll make this, and I think I'll make this. It's like, no, it's gonna take a while in between making the patterns and inventing your own recipes. Keep in mind, none of this is in-game. 98% of the stuff I talk about is stuff I wish was in the game. It's not in the game. Keep that in mind. You can go back and make stuff from previous things. You know, you can make a potion that is made entirely out of peace bloom that turns you into a gopher for 20 seconds. That would be kind of cool. And you would need to... There's a couple of ways I could see them doing it. You know, either be 525 in a profession in order to actually be able to make your own patterns, or say your guild can make patterns using a collaboration effort if they have certain achievements. You know, if your guild has an achievement that said they've crafted this many epics in blacksmithing, they should probably be able to combine, you know, by our powers combined, here's an epic hammer. Shameless Captain Planet reference. Anyway, it would make sense that it would do that, but if it was going to be a guild pattern, it would have to have a cooldown as well, of the same cooldown. However, say a blacksmith within the guild can make a pattern, then the guild can make a pattern, then another blacksmith in the guild can make a pattern. You know, it's like an extra cooldown, so to speak. But the cooldown would have to be fairly lengthy. I could almost be okay with it being a 3-week cooldown. That's as much as I'd say, because a month is overboard. You know, 1 week is kind of like, it's a little small. 2 weeks is probably perfect, and 3 weeks is a little on the high end. Because if you think about it, you're actually adding a new item to the database. Now, this would be difficult for Blizzard, because they would have to check all of this stuff and be like, well, this is kind of balancey, but no, it's just about right. And oh, look, that guy made a sword. It's got a dirty name to it. It's got nasty flavor text. Yeah, we're gonna have to delete that and give you a 2-week ban. Sorry. It's gonna take some effort on the part of Blizzard, but it would make fans a lot more excited. It would make the users a lot more excited. It just goes along with the idea that people would have a more in-depth feel to the actual game, and they would be able to do more things within the game. So it would be more interesting for all of us, I do think. And I doubt they're gonna do it because it's cool. Instead of doing this, they'll give us another daily quest hub, and you guys know how I love my dailies. Anyway, this is a decent video. My name is MrBigmick. Thumbs up, subscribe. Thumbs down, don't subscribe. I don't really care. It's a free country. I want you guys to leave down in the comments section below what item you would make and why. You know, just 'cause. Anyway, my name is MrBigmick. Good night and good hunting.